G'day all, welcome back to Coverletter's Workbench. Going to do an inbox review of Verlinden's 120mm Easy Company 101st Airbourne Thompson gunner. Okay, in the box you get one bag of parts. Oops, box goes over there. One bag of parts and a bubble wrap of a display base. The display base, as you can see, has got quite a bit of flash around it. The underside, a lot of bubbles in there, and there's a raised piece that needs to be sanded off so that the base sits flat on the ground. There are some pin marks or bubbles in the moulds along the edge of the base itself, but the main detail area is free of bubbles that I can see. It's got an ammunition box of some sort, several grenades, and looks like magazines off a machine gun. Okay, in the bag you get all the parts to make up the gunner and his weapons. They have a leg and waist section. There is some bubbles along the edging of the waist area, but overall it seems to be free of a lot of flaws. There's just those couple of bubbles there. The torso itself is fairly well detailed. No bubbles that I can discern on the torso. The backpack fits nicely onto the back of the torso. However, there is some gaps between the backpack and some of the straps that are on the torso, so those would need to be extended with some sort of filling. There is a key or a couple of keys on the back of the backpack and the torso that stops the backpack from really moving around much, so you don't have much space around the place. There is some straps here. I think the straps are more to do with the vest that the gunner's wearing, more than the backpack that goes with the backpack. So, because these end fair way away, and they look kind of awkward if they were extended to the backpack. The head is fairly straightforward. No flash or bubbles I can see in the moulding itself. There's a little satchel on top for the first aid kit or some sort of bandage I've got there. The arms, one arm carries, which is the right one, carries the Thompson gun, and the other one just holds the muzzle. The join is pretty snug. There is a bit of a gap running around the left shoulder. That can be filled in with super glue or a bit of putty. It wouldn't take much to remove that seam. The front there, you might need to blend it in a bit. The boots, there's your left and right boot. There is no key or keying to the boots, so they do have a lot of twisting there. One boot should marry up with the boot imprint in the base, and the other one's supposed to go along this rock here. So you probably have to glue the boots to the one boot to the base first, then glue the other foot on, or something like that, or temporarily fix it. That way you get the correct positioning of the boots to the legs. The weapons pack, ammunition clips, straightforward, no faults there. entrenching tool, a bit thin, so you might want to be careful cutting that away from the pouring block. The canteen and 45mm pistol. Canteen's fairly solid, but the 45mm pistol you could easily break if you were a bit too rough removing the pour block. Same with one of the knives. There is a second knife, so one would be a knife and the other one would be more like a bayonet, I would suspect, but I'll find out when I put this thing together. There is a torch with pretty good detail on there, and there's a ring on this block as well, which I don't know what it's there for. I haven't been able to find anywhere on the internet yet of someone building this, so I'm still doing some searching. I'll get back to you. I might throw it at the end of the video if I find anything. You've got the Thompson gun with a couple of deliberate flashings there. This is to help strengthen up the mould itself, so when they're pouring it they don't break it as it's taken out of the mould. There is a slight curve in the weapon itself, and I'm just gently bending it, so there is a bit of weakness there. Just be careful with that. Now you get 6 grenades. According to the box art you only need 4. You have a left and right hand. The right hand is carrying the pistol grip for the Thompson, and the left hand has a little gouge in it so you can rest the Thompson in the hand. And then you've got an assortment of pockets as well to put on. Going back to the arms, the right arm has a 101st Airbourne patch moulded on, so that'll be easy to paint up as opposed to having to rely on decal. And the artwork on the box indicates that there's a American flag on the right shoulder. That's incorrect for the 101st from what I can gather from my searches on the internet. The 82nd Airbourne were the ones that had the American flag on the right shoulder. The 101st never had it, so just be careful there. If I find anything different I'll add it to the end of the video. At present I've not heard of anything different in that case. So overall you basically get 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 pour blocks for your figure and the display base, and you've probably got about 30 different parts here that you're going to have to put together. So yes, stay tuned. I'll be doing a build review of this later on. Thanks a lot.